two-party system. Now, what's wrong with bringing in a third? We've said that our policies could work exactly the same as over there, you know? So whatever we create here, they can create over there. If we become a success here, we're not going to be putting ourselves on pedestals here. We're just ordinary people. We will not put ourselves out of contact with these people because we will actually travel in our areas. If I was an MP and Keith was an MP, we would still come back to these areas. We would still go to the same drinking holes. We'd still eat in the same places. We certainly wouldn't be going to all these posh snob upper class parties.
No, we'll get rid of all that.
We're too lower class for that. Well, you know. He was going to say, speak for yourself then. He was.
No. The class system is rubbish. It's getting rid of it. It's about time the government started thinking of people and not basically themselves, filling the back pockets, filling the bank's pockets.
Greed.
Greed is rife in England. We want to change it. We want the National Health Service back to where it was, with matrons in charge and not overpaid idiots on computers. We want doctors in charge of the surgeries. We want schools. We want the headmasters in charge of the schools, not idiots in government who haven't a clue what they're doing. And we want proper punishments back again. We want kids to be told, for the teachers to be able to tell them off good and proper, not to mess around, not let them give them a load of back chat. We're also proposing maybe a little, in the army for a bit.
Yeah, going back to national service again. I mean, there's no problem with national service. A lot of people say to me, "Oh God, no, we don't want our kids fighting." It's not about that. If you create a national service, there would be a difference. Now, our proposition is that if children, when they leave school, if they don't want to go into higher education, then they go into national service. While you're in national service, you learn a trade. You can go into communication. You can go into the defence side of it. You can go into communication side of it. You can go into the hospital side of it. You can train to be a surgeon within there. I mean, it isn't just one job learning how to fight or defend your country. It's about the whole sphere. That is what we propose.
And it's a lot better to defend your country in something you believe in than being sent over to fight wars in countries we had no problem with. They were our friends with the Arabs. Now they're becoming our enemies because of some idiot who said, "Oh, they're going to attack us, they're going to attack us." Well, they aren't. And they never have. I used to be proud of this country because we didn't go attacking other countries. Now, because our stupid Prime Minister Blair believed a load of rubbish from a chap called Bush, we have a pariah. And we had no problem with the Arabs. We still have no problem with it. The people of England do not hate Muslims. We don't hate Iraqis or Afghanistanis or anybody else. It's our government that does that, not the people.
Our governments are creating the hate, not the people. They are. We're using the mainstream media as a tool to create these problems and create that divide. Because while they're creating that divide, we fight each other. Now, go on.
Take for instance, there's a video just come out, I've forgotten where it is now, and it's about Iran, and it says, "Oh, watch this, it may shock you." And what it shocks you with is the people just like us. They have a lovely green land, they live in a really nice place, beautiful women, really nice people. But we're given the impression from the news that it's some desert with a load of lunatics in. That is the impression you get from a British bullshit corporation, or the BBC as it's known locally. And, this we want to stop. We want people to enhance other cultures. We don't want to be sold, "Oh, no, because they come from a country and they're going to attack us and all this rubbish." We don't want to attack anybody. As I say, I used to be proud of my country. I'm very embarrassed by it now because our army, a very good army made of good people, was sent to do something awful on the say-so of a madman or madmen. Millions of people in London demonstrated against it, just in case the world doesn't know, but they probably lost the news bit to the rest of the world. We didn't want any wars with anybody. We have no problems with anybody. It's our government that's got the problems. They're the pain, and we want to change it. There's coming up to an election soon. We want to get rid of all of them, the Labour and the Conservatives, and get some sensibility back in. So that when you vote a politician in, or somebody prepared to go to Parliament, they're not going to get 125,000. We're proposing just 25,000.
Yeah,
So you're not going to get rich in the New People's Party,
absolutely.
but you'll be able to look and do things for your section of the country. You'll be able to help pass laws that are in favour of your family and not to bust it up.
Yeah.
I also suggest we get rid of a 3,200 ridiculous laws that the Labour Party have passed since they've come in, which are only to limit persons' freedom and freedom of speech. And we want to have a better country.
Now we know we can do this. You know, from small acorns, great things grow. At the end of the day, plant an acorn and see what happens. Now, we are but two people. I spoke to a friend of mine who lives in Scunthorpe. He's been to our website and he said straight away, I completely and utterly agree with you from a personal perspective and from a family man's perspective. At the end of the day, this is a 21st century. We should be able to see past all this BS now. You know, all this rubbish that's being spouted at us, what we can and we can't do, that's all got to end. I didn't sign up as a human being to be treated this way in my own country by my own government. So now it's about time that we all got together. We all remember the poll tax riots. Some of us were there, some of us weren't. You know, at the end of the day, we've all seen it on the news. We've all seen what all these different groups are doing. Everybody's fed up. Everybody's had enough. We cannot rely on any of the existing parties that are around. It's about time that we had voices out there speaking up for the common good, not the elites of the country, the common good. 21st century now, we should be moving